Hey everybody, it's Roy from ANSgear. We're going to look at another Violent product today. So this is the Violent Series T-Rail Extender. So if you're shooting a Ego platform or Geo platform, really any of the Planet Eclipse platforms, you know that their mounting block down here, their rail system, they use a T-rail. They don't use a dovetail. So finding rail extenders or things like that can be a little bit harder just because it's not the most common out on the market. But Violent makes something that'll make your life a little bit easier. It's their extender. So really all you're going to need is an Allen key to do this. I believe it's a 3/30 seconds. Yeah, 3/30 seconds to do this setup on your gun. It's super simple. They give you all the parts you're going to need. They even give you an extra piece of macro line. So I'm going to do everything except put the new piece of macro line on there because I don't have my macro line cutters with me, so I can't cut this to the right length. Plus, I don't want to just ruin this kit for no reason. So we'll go ahead and pull the kit apart and show you what's going to come inside of it. And you get your extra macro line. You're going to get your parts right here. So the overall change in travel you can get is 0.875 inches to about 1.5 inches travel distance. So if you've got a small tank and it feels too close to you, or maybe you've got really long arms and you want your gun to be a little bit longer, this will accommodate whatever kind of setup you're trying to do. So we've got our 2 screws right there, our T-rail block, and our extra piece of macro line. So to do the setup, I'm going to take this Geo 3 here. Remind you, or to mind you that this kit here will not work on anything newer than the Ego 11 or the Geo 3. So the 3.1 and the 3.5 and the CSL or the LV1 setups, you can't use these on them because those all have the new AT pipe where there's gas through the frame. This is not designed to run with those systems. So with that in mind, let's start. First thing we're going to do is we're going to loosen up this. All you need to do to take this off is 1 turn all the way around. You don't need to thread these screws all the way out. And we're going to go ahead and remove that off of there. Remove our macro line completely out. And then we're ready to install. So we can mount this on here. And again, we can control wherever we want this to stay. We can put it all the way up to right about there. That's really not going to give us much change unless we then mount this piece a little bit farther back like this. But we can also move this all the way back here, giving us all that travel so that we can put our ASA, if we really wanted to, much further back, giving us that length that we're looking for. So to put that through there, we're going to take this and put it on. We're going to take our 2 set screws. I'm going to just thread them in here until they bottom out. And I'm not going to crank down on this really tight. I don't want to mark up the gun or anything, but just to tighten enough so you can see what we're doing. So now that we've got that installed on there, we can take this piece. We'll put it onto right there. Now you can see we've changed this by probably 3/4 of an inch or so just by throwing this together right away. But if we wanted it to go back even farther, we could throw it back just like that. So once we've got it where we want it, we'll use the original screws that are still in the ASA and go ahead and tighten that down. It's solid, and then we would cut our new macro line to fit. So if we need to change our length overall of the gun, like I said, maybe you've got a really short tank setup or really long arms, this kit will help you do that. This is the Violent T-Rail Extender Kit. It's available through the website. Order yours now through ANSgear.com.